It's Syreena from Syreena with Love and Faith and Love Academy. And right now we are in the middle of our homeschool day, and I have a couple of kids finishing up their computer work, so it's nice and quiet. And then my big kid is actually behind the camera helping me film this video. Hi. Thanks, bud. So he's a major help and a major reason why I get these videos done. So today I thought I would take a few moments to talk about what we are using for curriculum this year. I have a first grader, a second grader, and a pre-kindergartner. So it's nothing but fun around here. But I just like to show you how I pull together our curriculum. I do not use a box curriculum. I tried that for my oldest son's first grade year, and it just didn't work out for us, and I had to let it go. And I had to just pick up what works for us best, and piecing together curriculum for me, it works great for us, and we do all of our lessons pretty much together. I begin with homeschool goals for our year, and that is what I use this little sheet for here. And I separate it by subject and basically just map out what I want us to learn for the year. For Bible this year, I want us to memorize a scripture a week, and then I want us to go over the armor of God, the books of the Bible, the days of creation, the fruits of the Spirit, and then I have a few other Bible characters here that I want us to cover, like David, Samson, Daniel, Noah, Moses. So those are all stories I would like to go over. So I list everything that I want us to cover during the year, and when we get to it, I cross it off. And that's basically how I do that. And I basically just decide what I want to use to help me teach those things to the kids throughout the year. So I'm just going to cover some of the resources that I have here that are just general workings for how we pull together a curriculum. First, I will stop and say that as a basic foundational curriculum, we use timeforlearning.com. And I like that curriculum so much because it's just an online curriculum. It is really easy for me to switch between grade levels if they're doing really well in a certain subject. I can move them up a grade level. If they need a little extra help in a certain subject, I can move them down a grade level. And we do this during what we call computer time. So during our computer time, we do our time for learning work, and then Splash Math we also use as a math supplement, and they are great for us. And that it just gives me the peace of mind knowing that they are following their quote-unquote grade levels. So this is everything I'm talking about now is basically in addition to that time for learning and Splash Math online curriculum that we use as a foundation for school. For each subject, each of the kids have a composition notebook that we keep all of their work inside of here. So any written work, any, I don't know, worksheet pieces that we cut out, we just attach here. Any note cards that have to do with this subject, we just attach inside of their composition notebook. And this is how I keep their work for the year. So if you want to know more about that, I could probably do another video about that, but for now I'll just move on. So yeah, the first thing I'll get into is Bible. So for Bible, like I said, I just map out what I want to cover and I cross it off as we get to it. Our biggest resource for Bible is the Bible, and then I use some Bible apps. I will maybe link them somewhere around here, and we just kind of go for it there. The next thing that I'd like to talk about is our reading and writing. The other resource that I use for reading, besides actual reading, is I do use the master spelling words list for each grade. And I actually just printed out the first grade list, the second grade list, and the third grade spelling list, along with the Dolce sight words. We use those as well, and these just break the words down into weeks. And so I pick for week 1 we choose the words from week 1 for first grade, for second grade, and for third grade, and we talk about all of them. And whatever Savannah grabs a hold to, my pre-kindergartner, she grabs a hold to. Whatever my first grader grabs a hold to, he grabs a hold to. And I basically can tell or gauge you know, which level they are on. And if they are mastering one set of words, then we move on to the next set of words. So that is what I use for spelling there. For writing, we just write. I do dictation sentences to them that they have in addition to their spelling words. We use the master word list, and then on top of the master word list, I normally have a list of spelling or vocabulary words that go along with the units that we're studying. So these were words that we are studying for our camping unit. So backpack, compass, map, lantern, campfire, flashlight. And I found that if you split them up and let them copy them for each day, by the end of the week they know how to spell them. So that's how we do that. And also for our writing, besides the dictation and writing the spelling words, thank you. We do Mail Time Mondays. So during Mail Time Mondays, we just pick a writing assignment and we send it in the mail. So it could be a postcard, it could be a letter to a grandparent about a certain something. So we just take whatever our writing assignment is, we complete it, and then we send it in the mail on Mail Time Mondays. So that's how we do writing. So for math, they get a lot of really great practice with the splash math, but basically I write the things that we want to cover. So here I have addition, subtraction, 1-digit addition, 2-digit addition, same thing for subtraction, number sentences, numbers to 100. Thank you, honey. Numbers to 100, fractions, probability, and anytime I have a certain subject, I just grab whatever resource that I have to help me drive through that particular subject. I know that seems a little up in the air, but it is a lot easier than it sounds. So I do use a couple of things to help me out with that. So if the subject is, we're talking about money, I have this Exploring Time and Money workbook that I think I picked up Five Below, I think. So I use this time and money book, and inside you can basically go to whatever subject you're looking for, and I will use the worksheets to help me figure out how to teach it to them. So I use this time and money book. Then I also have this book, The Complete Book of Math for grades 1 through 2. I do. Thank you, honey. The Complete Book of Math for grades 1 and 2. And I got this book inside of my Father's World curriculum. So this actually came inside of that, but I believe that you can purchase it separately from that. But because I had the box curriculum, I went ahead and just used this as a resource. Virginia Mathematics book from, it's just another thing that I can pull from to help me teach whatever it is that I have planned for us to cover for the year. For science, we actually use a lot of really cool resources, and the first one I'll talk about is our online resources. There is 2 YouTube channels that I absolutely love for science, and that's Crash Course Kids and then SciShow Kids. I love those 2 channels, and we watch them all the time. They're so well done and so cute and enjoyable to watch. So what I basically did was just printed out the listing of the actual videos. So when I'm planning what we're going to do for the week, I can just see it really quickly and choose which videos I want to add to our lessons. In addition to the online resources that we use, I also have the Nature Anatomy book, which we love. And this is by Julia Rothman, and the author and illustrator of Farm Anatomy, which we also have. Anatomy of an Ant, Rotting Logs. It's really nicely illustrated, but it also has a lot of really cool information that gives us a jump start on whatever we want to study. And this is the Discovery Kids Factivity Travel Through the Amazing Wild World of Animals. Speedy Swimmers, we'll talk about the swimmers in the sea. Life Underground. So this one is a really cute one, and it has nice little activities that I can add to our lessons. I really try to keep it simple. I don't try to really form a lot of lessons myself. I just look at the resources I have and I pull it out and we complete those. When they're completed, we move on to the next one. So that's pretty much what we do for that. So for our computers curriculum, we're just going to use this Usborne Lift the Flap Computers and Coding, and I think I had this in one of our halls, and this is what we're going to use to help them answer some questions about how computers work and how to use computers properly. So that's what we're going to do for computer class. Then for history class, we're going to use the Who Was books. I think I showed those also in another library haul. And they have a lot of really cute books chock full of information about different historical figures. So we are going to use that, as well as any other books that we find, biographies that we find about other interesting people that are part of our history. And that's how we're going to do history. For geography, we are basically going to use these two resources, which is the 50 States book, and this is going to help us out in the area of the United States. In conjunction with the United States, we'll probably take a look at some of the other countries inside of this maps book. And I'll just let them explore and pick up what they find interesting, and we will also use YouTube videos and things like that to help us along the way. And that's what we're doing for geography. Now, the last thing that we have for curriculum is art, and I haven't completely settled on it yet, but art is a major part of our school. But this year I wanted to try to do something a little bit more structured, and I was thinking, I checked out this art school for kids, and it's by deepspacesparkle.com. So I am thinking that I'm going to try out their free lesson, and then after that it's looking like I probably will end up going in that direction. So if any of you guys have ever used deepspacesparkle.com's art school for kids curriculum, I would love to hear what you thought of it. It's a little bit pricier than maybe I would like, but I feel like it's going to be worth it. So they'll be able to do the art lesson kind of on their own, or with just a little bit more hands off from me, and I can just look at what they're doing and help them along while she teaches the lesson. So I'm thinking I'm going to go in that direction for our art curriculum this year, but I'm not completely sure. So anyway, that is what we're doing for curriculum. Hopefully it wasn't all completely over the place. Yeah, I've just found that piecing together the little parts is so much easier for us. And then basically what I do is, like I said before, anytime we finish up studying a certain part of that subject, then I just mark that off. And that way I'm not completely committed to any one thing for any one time period. It's just that when we cover it, we mark it off. Like for geography, we are going to use those resources, but the things that I want us to learn are where we live, the space and the planets, the landforms and the oceans, the continents, the states, the capitals, and then these other spots are just to explore. Savannah specifically, she's my pre-K girl, and we use for her 3 major apps that we really love. Language arts, we use Learn with Homer, which we love and we've been using for years. I used it with the boys and now I'm using it with her. And then we also are using Endless Reader and Endless Alphabet. That is great for vocabulary building with the boys as well as with her. And then for math, she is using a lot of other different apps, but mainly the Splash Math as well. She joins in with the boys as they are doing their practice, and she just really moves right along, and there's a lot that she is picking up from that, so that's enough for me. So hopefully this wasn't too all over the place, but this is what we are doing for curriculum this year, and so far it's working, and I believe that it will continue to work for us, and we are really excited about it. What are you guys using for curriculum? Are you like a box curriculum type of homeschooler? Are you an unschooler? Are you an eclectic homeschooler? I mean, what seems to work for you guys? Yeah, so thanks for watching. I think my time is almost up. I think they're almost done with their computer work for the day, so it was like perfect timing. And thank you to my baby boy Cameron, who has been helping me behind the camera. This is part of his filming class with mommy, so as I learn more filming techniques and stuff, he learns too, and he really enjoys it. So why don't you come give me a hug? Say hello. You can't be shy behind the camera. There you go. So he's been helping me out with filming, and that's been a lot of fun for us to do together, hasn't it? Yeah. So we're going to get back to the rest of our homeschool stuff for today. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please be sure to give it a thumbs up. And if you would like to see more videos from us, if you're not already subscribed, make sure that you hit that red button to subscribe. And we will see you in our next video. Say bye.